We open at night on the TV station KLMN. Many things could pass over those airwaves, and what awaits our heroes is no welcome.
Hey yo, meddling kids! I'm Charlie,
And I'm Ethan.
and we're sure doing the last episode of this series today. Oh boy!
Charlie, I gotta be honest with you, this does not feel like a series or a season finale at all.
No, it doesn't. No, it really doesn't. So I get this one mixed up with a different Scooby-Doo episode a lot, and yeah, like for some reason I get this one confused with the Scooby-Doo show episode, The Diabolical Disc Demon. But that's like music studio and this is a TV studio.
Yeah.
And it's just because this one is not memorable. That episode that I'm thinking of is more memorable than this one.
Love that. Love that. I'll be happy when we get there, because it doesn't take much to beat this. Gotta be honest with you.
We're not fooling with a phantom. That's all I know. We also don't know what KLMN means, but that sure is a studio name.
I mean, TV studios and radio stations, they have certain designations, and this is a weird bit of trivia, I know. Any TV or radio station west of the Mississippi River has put a K at the beginning of its designation, and anyone east has put a W. I do not know why that is. I just know that's how it is.
That's very strange.
I didn't choose this.
I'm just gonna I don't know. It's no WB&E. That's all I'm gonna say.
R.I.P. WB&E.
R.I.P. All right. We're not fooling with a phantom today. That's all I know. We're at a TV station, studio, place. We're dancing.
Yeah, they're doing a sort of live dance contest, which I guess is a thing that people did in the 70s.
I think that's a thing that I've seen on other shows too. Like Phineas and Ferb had an episode where people were on a live dance contest on TV.
Sure, but this isn't. It's not oh god, no, not Dance Moms. What am I thinking of?
Dancing with the Stars, or
America's Got Talent.
Okay.
Where these are people who have danced for years and years. These are just people basically off the street, just dancing.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm remembering this one Phineas and Ferb episode where it's dance competition. You have to dance until you can't dance no more, or something, or maybe until you get voted off. Some weird stuff like that.
Nerdy dancing. It feels... Okay, I found it.
Dirty dancing.
Nerdy dancing with an N.
Oh, nerdy dancing.
Yeah. Okay, this is a season 2 episode. Okay, I do not remember this. And I've seen Phineas and Ferb in its entirety.
I remember it because I think it's Candace is trying to be dancing with Jeremy, and then she's like, I can't dance. And then Ferb is like, but I can. And they put a weird thing on... No, it's not Candace. It's Jeremy. It's Jeremy can't dance. And they put a weird thing on Jeremy so that Ferb can do the dancing for him.
Oh.
Because Candace really wants to be on this game show or something.
Nice.
Or dance show. So he's just I want to impress her kind of shit, you know?
Oh, this is where Love Muffin is introduced. I forgot that was where
It's the first Love Muffin episode.
Yeah.
I should have started a Phineas and Ferb podcast.
And for reference, the this competition show It's called Let's All Dance Until We're Sick. Damn. Dan Povenmire, you pull no punches, do you?
You gotta love them. Good shit. Okay,
Yep.
so this dance game show or whatever that they're on, Shaggy and Scooby are dancing with pizza dough. Is what I think it
Toffee.
is. Toffee.
It's toffee.
I
This
was
is
like,
what it
what the
says.
fuck is this shit?
Yeah, they call it the toffee twist, which, like, sure. But I think what they meant to say was taffy, because I've
That
never
would
made
make more
toffee.
sense.
But, like, I don't think that's how you make it.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
So they're dancing with that, and then the lights go dark in the middle of their dance, and then glowing wax guy is just behind them. He's I guess a wax phantom, but like, what the fuck is this? I think this is our first goopy monster.
One of many. The first of many.
One of so many. You gotta, the cotton candy glob, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I think that might be a movie exclusive. but still, there's like so many of them that are just like weird globs of thing, and it's like it's a ghost of chocolate or something, and it just happens.
Technically, it's only in Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm just like, oh yeah, like that's one, but I think that's only in the live action movie.
Okay, I remembered it from that, but I didn't know if it was from anything else.
No, I don't think it's actually from an episode of Scooby-Doo.
Okay, growing up, I thought he was wearing an ice cream cone, but it's just one of the sticks that they swirl cotton candy on.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway.
But like, there's an episode where they're in a haunted candy factory in the next series, and they're literally just like, I think they're just like globs of chocolate is what they are. Literally like the same guy as this, but like chocolate.
But yeah, man, I hope that episode doesn't ruin chocolate for me because I love chocolate.
It didn't ruin chocolate for me.
Oh, okay. Then again, I think Willy Wonka would have had a higher chance of ruining chocolate for me than that would, because the kid almost drowns in a chocolate river.
Yeah, but that's the way to die, honestly.
Not in your sleep, surrounded by your loved ones?
No, the way to die is to drown in chocolate.
Listeners, you heard it here first. Dip Charlie into the chocolate fountain after they die.
No, that's how you kill me. If you're going to murder me, you must murder me by drowning me in chocolate.
Death by chocolate fountain. There we go.
Exactly. Oh, I think that's an episode of What's the Waverly Place. I almost drowned in a chocolate fountain.
Was it?
Yeah, I think that's the title of it.
Yeah. It's the third episode of that show. Holy crap.
There you go. Chocolate's great. That's all I have to say.
Oh, absolutely. My grandma's a self-described chocoholic, and she passed that on.
Yeah, but I could talk about this all day instead of this episode, which is so forgettable.
Listen, this is not bad, but it is mediocre.
Yeah. So the gang thinks that it's their buddy Johnny, who's just like doing a publicity stunt or whatever. Haha. It's just not it's not him.
No.
Nope. Scooby and Shaggy are all tied up in the toffee/taffy, and they're just hopping along because they can't walk.
Listen, if I was covered in toffee or taffy, I probably wouldn't be able to either.
Yeah. And then the gang finds their friend Johnny in the back room, tied up to a chair. It was not a publicity stunt. He has no clue what the fuck's going on.
He is also the only other person with speaking lines to wear an ascot in this entire show.
Yeah. Guess who he's voiced by?
Is like the John Stevenson guy that they got for every other background voice?
It's Casey Kasem.
Of course it is.
John Stevenson is not in this episode, actually.
Huh, okay. There was always a chance. He tends to be like their go-to
Yeah, it's usually the five members of the gang and then John Stevenson, but instead this time it's the five members of the gang and then Michael Stoll is the Wax Phantom.
Okay.
Scooby's voice actor Don Mezek is doing most of the other characters,
Okay.
which he
Though,
does that quite often. So,
though fittingly, this episode aired on Halloween of 1970.
so like they did one thing right.
That is one of the only things they did right for this particular episode to be a season finale. And a series finale at that.
You know what? At least this episode isn't racist. But then we'd have something to talk about.
You're so right. You're so right. We've had
it's really sad.
We've had three racist episodes in this show?
Yeah, for the most part.
Well, because there was Decoy for a Dog Napper, which is racist. There's
Mystery Mask Mix-Up, Tiki Scares No Fair.
I think that's
we should also. I would also argue for which one? Hassle in the Castle.
How so?
Because we had
for the Romani stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Not as severe as the other ones, but
no, but it's not great.
Like if it weren't for that, I'd be like, oh my god, he's cross-dressing, yes. But yeah, but otherwise, not great. So, anyway, this is not a publicity stunt, but we do have a mystery on our hands, so we gotta figure out what the fuck's going on. And I guess there's giant wax footprints. Yum.
Apparently.
How do these goopy monsters work?
So,
like,
the way I understood it is it's like, do you know the mythology around golems? You know, those are created.
Yes.
My thought was similar to that.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't work for like there's a person inside it.
No, it doesn't. How did he do that?
I've already forgotten how they unmasked him in the episode. I watched it an hour before recording.
They just took chunks of wax away, and he was just there.
Yeah, so like again, doesn't really work. There's an episode in like What's New Scooby-Doo where we have another goopy monster, specifically made of Scooby snacks, and at least. Yeah, I think the person who's in it is actually wearing like a whole like suit or something, like protective covering, and then the Scooby snack batter or whatever around that.
They were not thinking about that this early on.
They were not, but like that at least explains some of it to me, but also still doesn't quite. Regardless, that still doesn't even quite fit. Because, like, how is all the goop staying on? Because it's, like, it's literally dripping. I mean, this guy isn't dripping, really.
No, this guy's pretty solid. Liquid enough to move, but solid enough to not melt.
Yeah, which, still weird. But later on, we get the goopier monsters are, like, actively dripping, and their faces get all weird, and other such nonsense.
Yeah.
So it's just really the physics. I have questions on how somebody would make this costume.
I also have questions.
This is the new YouTube channel someone needs to make. Like we already have like these are the crimes people committed. Now what you need to do is actually figure out how somebody would make this ghost costume work in real life.
Yeah. So basically, the way that this happened is the station had been receiving like threatening messages from, quote, the Wax Phantom, and apparently years before there was this wax figure guy who they had on, and the episode, I guess, didn't get aired, and the guy was super pissed about that. So, and I guess this is how he's going to do it, by bringing his wax creations to life and kidnapping people, because the station manager's gone.
That's not great.
Nope, not good.
What's also concerning is that like the tracks from the Wax Phantom like go to the window and then stop, and they're 10 stories up.
He's made of wax. He'll be fine.
Like, that's concerning.
I'm made of wax, Larry. What are you made of?
You know what? Every time that Robin Williams asked that question, I always like interject with skin, bones, organs. Like,
I don't think he meant that literally, Charlie.
I know he doesn't, but every time I watch the movie, that's what I have to say.
Also, I found out yesterday that the guy who directed Deadpool and Wolverine also directed all three Night at the Museum movies.
Good. Amazing. What is this crossover universe?
I don't know.
Wait, Night at the Museum's Fox, right? Because I
Yeah.
know it's on Disney Plus now.
Hmm? Yeah, it is.
Amazing. Good. I don't know why this is relevant. It's just great. Okay.
Right
So
on.
gang splits up. Fred and Daphne go to the museum, and Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby go on a scooter that is just in the Mystery Machine. Amazing. Good shit. It's blue.
Oh, Charlie, you sent me a picture of a scooter the other day that was decked out like the Mystery Machine.
I did. Let me find that message because that was like great. I found it on Pinterest. Uh
Amazing.
and it was like I don't know if it was shared or just pinned by this person, but their username was yes we cannabis. And I'm just
That
like peak.
that gives it uncompletely intended brownie points with me.
Hey, I love that. Good shit. So yeah, our other three are going to visit this person who has some weird connection to the Wax Phantom, I guess.
Yeah. Is
Hmm.
this I think this is the wax figure creator guy. Let me go a little yes, this is the creator of the wax figures who was on
Yeah,
the show and got
yeah.
canceled.
This is the guy who was on the show and wants revenge.
Yep.
Got a creepy house. There's like a creepy owl outside, and then we see him and look. Just look at this man.
This man's been drinking too much colloidal silver, I'll tell you that much.
He is purple. That's not a skin tone.
No, it's not. You think
He's
the
also got the
animators ran out of ink for like skin colored ink?
no. They wanted to be like this man is creepy, and we're gonna like do that. So, oh my god, I don't know how to describe this, but like, so in the real world we have like racially profiling, but in the Scooby
Yes.
Doo world we have like your creepy profiling or like you just like
Yes.
the person has to look as creepy as fucking possible and we're just like oh man he's sus, like there's
Oh
something
yeah,
wrong
because
with this guy, he's got a weird hairdo, a weird like skin tone, obviously something's wrong here.
like his hair isn't that weird.
I mean,
It's just stark white. That's the thing.
it's stark white against the purple skin, so
Yeah.
it plays off of it very weird. Anyway, he's got the same exact like character model as the guy in What the Hex is Going On, the ghost from that one.
Yeah. I can see that.
It's just the color difference because that guy was blue with black hair.
Yeah. And then he says, he's talking about how like he has his ways of getting revenge, and he rubs this crystal ball in a unintentionally very sensual way, and I'm kind of humble about that.
This man definitely reads too much Edgar Allan Poe.
You think?
But there's reading it and then there's being like, man, that's a great way to commit a murder. I should do that. Um
You think this man has a heart underneath the floorboards in this living room?
yes, I do. I think he has a heart underneath the floorboards. Whether or not he is the Wax Phantom, he is sus.
Oh, he definitely is. Like, not only that, he is like a pot of stew with souls of the damned inside of it, apparently.
like bubbles coming up that look like skulls.
Scooby gets tickled in the nose by a tiny ghost
Don't worry
that
about
was in a
it.
box.
It's fine.
I think this part kind of laid the groundwork for the more, I guess, supernatural episodes or series takes on Scooby Doo that we get going forward, like Mystery Incorporated, that
Did
are.
I can't remember. Did we have a character like this before where they just like seemed like they might have been supernatural or magical in some way?
I don't know. I guess you could make an argument that the fortune teller was trying to come off that way, but she didn't. So
No, but I mean like a like an actual like normal like person who's like not a bad guy, like
I don't think
actively.
so.
Because
I
like
don't
I
think
think that
so.
also becomes a trope later on that sometimes we get a weird person who like is a suspect but isn't actually the ghost. But also they're doing
Right.
weird supernatural shit in the corner and it's like, what?
Well, we do get a character named Red Herring.
Red herring is not supernatural. Red herring is just a dick.
That's fair.
I mean, I guess because well, she ended up being part of it, but I remember in Clue for Scooby Doo, I'd say she was definitely like a witch, like the Captain Cutler's wife. She was definitely like a fucking witch.
Yeah, she's 100% a witch. Even if she was just doing laundry, like, that woman knows magic.
Like stuff like that is where we get the is this magic? Is this not magic? Unclear. Huh. I know that sometimes happens in the show, and it's like it's supposed to be a red herring of sorts.
Yeah.
All right, so they're just like freaked out and they want to get the fuck out of there. But he does believe that his plan has been working. That he has been, making the wax phantom come to life? Question mark.
I
Um,
guess. Even though the wax figure in his hand is, like, the size of some kind of doll.
I mean, unless we're assuming that he's doing sympathetic magic, and it's supposed to be like a voodoo doll kind of like thing, where it's like, oh, I
Sure.
have this like small thing that represents something larger outside.
Yeah. So they all get the hell out of there, and on the way out, Scooby waves to a skeleton in an electric chair, and the skeleton waves back at him. That's never brought up again.
Why does this man have a skeleton and an electric chair?
Because he is. No, this man has fucked other men. He is a goth gay, full on. He is committed to the bit so hard that he has Halloween decorations set up all year round because that is the only time of year he believes that he can be himself.
He's also like a motherfucking warlock or something.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
all right, so we catch up with Fred and Daphne. They're in the museum and immediately run into like a different wax figure that's I think it's supposed to be like Frankenstein or something is what it kind of looks like, and it freaks Daphne out.
Yeah, ish. It's either that
Like
or Solomon Grundy, but I don't know.
it looks kind of like the Frankenstein we had in the previous season. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and then right behind that is the actual wax phantom. Oh no, we gotta run the fuck out. But Shaggy, Velma, and Scooby are trying to now get into the museum to see what's up with them. It's all locked. Mystery Machine's outside. Uh-oh. That's not good. Velma gives them how many Scooby snacks?
It looks like half a box each.
It does. They just hold out their hands. She fills like all four of their hands, and then they go and find a window that they can sneak into.
Also,
Is this a
Velma
ground
is
floor?
tiny. It should not be that hard to get her through the window.
Yeah, it really shouldn't. But is this the window on the ground floor, or are we bringing back the ladder from episode 1?
It appears that they are not on the ground floor. Either that or the window was too high up for Velma to just climb through herself.
Yeah, I think it was just a high window. She's also short.
That's true. We did go over the official heights of all these characters at one point. I do not remember how tall Velma was. I think she was under 5 feet.
I think Velma is under 5 feet, regardless.
Small. That makes her shorter than you, which is wild.
I'm not actually that short. Also,
Charlie, you're like 5'2".
I'm 5'3". I'm like half an inch taller than my girlfriend, and I lord it over her.
Oh boy! Wow!
She's like, I don't think you're actually taller than me. I'm like, yes, I am. I'm like half an inch, maybe an inch taller than you. Leave me alone. You're welcome. So, Shaggy and Scooby are doing their usual, just palling around looking at weird shit. And they found a monster display. So there's just a bunch of monsters that they can laugh at. And they're like, oh, we're not scared. Behind them appears out of nowhere a bat thing. Puppet?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Puppet animatronic, one of the two.
Yeah, that freaks them out. And then behind Velma, there's a floating ghost hand.
I guess the Wax Phantom can cast Mage Hand.
Wait, it is Mage Hand. Oh my god! I can't wait for our D&D episode.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna
We
happen.
need to
It's
get
gonna
more
be great.
people.
At some point, I'm gonna have to do a Scooby-Doo like D&D campaign. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, Ethan.
I believe in you, Charlie.
You believe in me?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to DM that, I am not going to stop you.
I need to figure out how I will do it. I also need to find time, and so just like all of them are on top of Elma's shoulders because they're fucking scared out of their minds, and then they run directly into Daphne and Fred.
Yep.
Shaggy and Scooby like go flying, I guess, because we're like, where the fuck did they go? They're now in a coffin or a sarcophagus.
You say there's a difference.
There is in fact a difference. My brain was like, what is the word? It's a sarcophagus.
Yeah, check out Charlie's other podcast on the Oldest Gods, where they're currently covering the Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan.
Wow, thank you for that wonderful plug, Ethan.
It seemed like a good idea.
All right. So everybody's scared for a second, but it's like it's just Scooby and Shaggy. And oh, what's that on the floor? We have found a clue. An airline ticket?
Airline's ticket.
To South America.
No specific city or country, just South America.
It's like America, but South.
Okay, listen. I have been to South America. I've been to Peru. You could have gone with several places that are in South America. You could have gone to Rio de Janeiro. You could have gone to Lima. You could have gone to what's the capital of Argentina? I forget. Anyway, there are many places they could have picked, and there's like, no, we're not going to
South America.
For shame.
I guess this is a clue. It's a clue. Let's go. Look for more. But we're not splitting up right now. Hey, look, it's the Wax Phantom display.
But it's gone. No shit, it's gone.
It would be really funny if the display was still there.
It would be. So now the gang is split up for a second time, and Shaggy and Scooby immediately sit down at this table with I don't know what this woman's supposed to be.
I couldn't tell you, not gonna lie. But our smart gang has fallen literally into a trap in the floor, and Scooby and Shaggy start trying to eat this fake food.
How stupid are they? Because wax fruit does not look like regular fruit. It just doesn't.
Didn't they do the same thing in the live-action movie?
They did. They also did this in the one of the episodes of last season. Oh, it was the one where they're all at the house on the island with the Confederate money.
Yeah, one of our best episodes.
Yes, we'll get into that next week, listeners. But now the Wax Phantom has made an appearance, and Shaggy, the Phantom tells him, "Oh, you're gonna become Wax! Woo!" Oh, Shaggy's like, "Okay, here." Go on.
That's one of those things that like the ghosts like do to them. It's like, now you'll be Ghost too. Now you'll be Wax, just like me. Like,
okay, because I think they can't say kill or die.
Exactly.
So
it's just so funny.
It's like, I'm gonna end you, or like,
I'm gonna end your destiny right here, right now. Oh.
So Shaggy's like, Shaggy. Here, hold this, and Scooby sneak out onto the table.
And then they go to a different room of this museum, and it's the topsy-turvy room where they're like, oh, we're on the ceiling! Oh no! How high are they? How high are they right now? I mean, now they're going to be on the ceiling. The actual ceiling.
Right.
Because they just, like, go, like, Spider-Man walk up the wall to the ceiling, and they sit at the table.
This is not the craziest thing they have done. Come on.
It's just funny. And then they try to eat food, and then the food falls the other way.
Falls? Because the food follows the laws of physics, but they don't, I guess.
But how's the food staying on the table? That's my question.
I don't know. It might be velcroed or stuck with some sort of adhesive.
I'm so confused. So they get out of there. Wax Phantom is still behind them.
Black Phantom captures them. We go back to the Smart Gang, and in their attempt to find a way out, Velma has revealed a secret panel
Secret panel.
with a whole bunch of money behind it in a bag.
Ooh, yeah,
And,
guys, take the money. Just take the money.
and Fred says it's from the TV station, which how the hell would he know that?
Does there something on there that designates that it's from the TV station and not
No,
anywhere
it's a plain brown bag. There's no
Like, unless
way
they
to
had that
tell.
exact brown bag full of cash at the TV station earlier, how would you know that?
Right. How would he know that?
Like, is the dance game show or something like
I
some kind
mean,
of like
they could have been like, you win all of this money
yeah?
if
I'm
you
like it
win
could
the
be something like
competition.
that going on, but I don't know. Also, they found a way out. There's a secret door.
Yeah, because Velma did a Jonathan Groff as King George and Hamilton and stomped so hard she opened the door.
That's just what Velma does. Like, she just does that sometimes, where she's like, "Oh, I want to get out of here. I'm so upset." It finds the secret passage. Thank you, Velma.
She's just like me for real.
I love her.
She's great.
All right, and then they find a weird little panel on the wall, that like has a grate over it. Push it aside. Hey, look, we're in a weird little like room where we make wax dummies. I guess.
Yeah.
Scooby and Shaggy are there. They're tied together. The Wax Phantom is gonna put them in here and turn them into wax.
I thought I was just gonna cover him in wax, but
I mean,
yeah,
yes. But like, it's no murder, no killing. They will turn into wax. Ooh. No, they'll be like covered in wax. They won't be able to breathe, and then they will die.
yep, they will die. So this is one of the rare instances where Daphne being danger prone actually helps. Because not
We
only
love
does
that
she
for
not get captured, she reverses the direction of the conveyor belt that is currently taking Shaggy and Scooby to their doom.
like, thank you, Daphne. Thank you so much for this.
Because I think the writers were like, okay, this is getting old. We need to spice it up a little bit.
Like, I feel like they give her instead the luck of Shaggy and Scooby in that instance.
In that instance, yes.
Because they usually their kind of stuff is like, oh, like so unlucky that they're lucky.
Yeah. So then Shaggy and Scooby be chased by the Phantom, and then Daphne, Fred, and Velma are chasing after the Phantom, and we get our 70s love song chase sequence. It's grown on me, I'll admit.
It's grown on you.
Yes.
I'm sad to say I don't think it's in the next series.
I was gonna say I don't think it appears in any other time. I could be wrong.
Let me see if it shows up in the Scooby-Doo show. I feel like if it were to show up somewhere else, it would be. Let me start looking.
We also get more of Shaggy in drag.
As we
Draggy,
should. We deserve it.
as like I don't know, Scooby's some sort of soldier, and Shaggy is, I guess, his +1 to whatever they're doing.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
How do I find out which episodes have songs in them without looking through everything? Okay, I'll look at that after.
Okay.
So they trapped the Wax Phantom in like a special mold for the Wax Phantom.
Yeah, I mean, in order to make things out of wax, you have to have a mold, unless you're sculpting it by hand.
He breaks out of it by sheer force of like strength.
Which, like, that's just a dude in there. How did he do that?
He's hulking out. I don't know.
I guess.
And then, oh my goodness, the most cartoon logic that we've seen in Scooby-Doo yet. I will give it to this one.
This is bordering on Looney Tunes.
This is Looney Tunes, straight up.
Yeah, this is Looney Tunes.
Like, Scraggy and Scooby painted a door. Like, they painted the blackness of a new room a door frame, and then a door over the black, and a door handle, and somehow the Phantom is able to open it and walk into the wall. Explain yourself.
We already did. It's cartoon logic.
Exactly. That one's a Looney Tunes joke, so like I'm good with that.
Yeah. Another Warner Bros. Property, though there is no crossover with this version anyway.
No, sad to say. Fred grabs them by their collars and like drags them into another room to save them from the Phantom's wrath. But now we're just like, what's going on here? How are we gonna trap him?
Well, Fred's like, give him a taste of his own medicine. We're gonna cut open him more wax. Cool.
Yep, it's good shit.
So we are trapping the wax phantom inside, and Fred's going to turn on the shower and put hot wax all over the phantom. Okay.
Sure. If it works, it works.
With what else?
Wax
of course, the Shaggy and Scooby is lab bait.
As they always have to. But they run the fuck out of there. Like, no, I don't want to be bait. Oh well, you're gonna be bait.
Yep.
And he runs right after them into the room. Daphne's locked them in. Like, that's gonna hold him. Really?
Yeah, so Velma demonstrates how jacked she is once again by throwing a crate, like most of a crate, on top of the Phantom.
But once again, he hulks out, breaks the whole thing. Shaggy and Scooby are riding not skateboards, but skateboards. So is the wax phantom.
These are like little carts that you move, like furniture movers would use.
Yeah.
Carry like couches.
And now we gotta lead them all the way. And oh look, Shaggy and Scooby are also covered in wax. They're dead. We've killed them.
They have suffocated and burned to death.
But they haven't, because they get the sheriff, and Shaggy and Scooby are fine.
After the wax has cooled, which either that's some very quickly cooling wax, or they can just hold their breath really well.
Yeah. Also, how dare you, Fred? He's just like knocking on their heads with a hammer to freeze them.
Like this is wax. It's not like clay. You can peel it off.
Yeah. And then we get all the wax off the wax phantom, and who is it?
It's the TV manager.
Wow. Oh, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
But also, apparently this old guy is secretly jacked because he's been hulking out this whole time.
That makes the second secretly jacked person in this episode besides Velma.
It's always gotta happen. So he, I guess, embezzled money. That is a crime.
That is indeed a crime.
And that's why he dressed as a wax phantom.
I don't know how he did that, but he did it.
I don't know why the phantom was necessary.
I don't either.
I'm not gonna lie. It's just like he embezzled money and he was gonna flee. Oh, okay, wait. He wanted the other guy to take the blame. So it's like...
Yeah.
I guess. Sure. We end the episode with Shaggy and Scooby getting wax dummies made of themselves.
Sure.
And Fred's joke is that, oh, how are we gonna tell one pair of dummies from the other? Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
What a disappointing note to end this series on, to be honest with you.
Yep. That's the end of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Unless you count that one season, the one specific season of the Scooby-Doo show as also part of Where Are You? It's very strange, but
are we covering that next or no?
No, we're waiting till it's the Scooby-Doo show because it's
okay.
It's like weird how they do that retroactively.
Huh. Okay.
But parts of the Scooby-Doo show are like parts of different things, and for some reason, season 3 of the Scooby-Doo show is also considered to be part of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? For some reason. It doesn't make sense. Makes no sense.
So, just to start off, referencing our YouTube video, we've got 1 count of embezzlement for 3 years, 5 counts of false imprisonment, 3 years apiece, 1 count of animal abuse for 3 years, attempted murder, life, flight to avoid prosecution, 5 years, obstruction of justice, 3 years, and menacing 3 counts of 3 years, which is life plus 38 years for Mr. Roger Stevens.
Well, there you go. I don't have a whole lot to say about this.
Unfortunately, with following series, we will not get more of that until, I believe, What's New Scooby-Doo, at least from this particular person.
I don't think we get the chase song until What's New again. I think
It's that
this might be the
long?
last. I like that's what I'm seeing when I
Okay.
look it up. When I look up chase music, it's Where Are You and What's New,
Huh. Okay. Good to
which
know.
is like so upsetting. I mean, it definitely happens in the movies, like,
Yeah.
but I don't think it happens in a TV show again,
Mm-hmm.
which is upsetting. Sad to see it go.
All right, Charlie. You know what time it is?
It's Terra time again. Let's do some trivia. All right. I lost my spot. Fittingly, the series finale aired on Halloween. We did it.
Oh, Charlie, we were just talking about this. This is the last use of a chase song until a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Pup name. Okay. Why was I not seeing that on Google?
Mm.
Rude. So rude. But I'm very glad. Although I guess this is saying that the gang dances to those, which I'm also gonna love. That's great.
Yeah.
We should enjoy that. So this is the final episode of Scooby-Doo to use the full laugh track, I guess. Apparently, the
Okay.
Charlie Douglas full laugh track. After the series ended, Hanna-Barbera would use a very limited laugh track for subsequent Scooby-Doo incarnations through 1980.
Okay.
Apparently, they had to cut costs more. We already have like 5 cast members per episode, and that's it.
Right. Hanna-Barbera was like, listen, because we're having to pay royalties for these songs, for the chase sequences, we're gonna have to cut something.
Yeah. But you know what? Because of those chase songs, we got "I'm in Love with an Ostrich."
That is still the best one by far.
I think we might just have to do awards next episode. I think that might be.
You think so?
I think so.
Like an Oscars / Razzies situation for all of Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Where are you? Okay, I'm here for that.
The Scooby Snack Awards.
Yes. Okay. I like this.
All right. So,
This time Velma says there's another mystery instead of Fred. I forgot that he was always the one to do it, but
yeah. The Mystery Machine actually has a scooter in the back of it for this episode. It could be the same one that Shaggy borrowed from me in Deep Court for a dog napper.
why does that episode keep coming up?
Is it even a blue one?
Yes, it is.
It is?
It is. It's a blue and white one.
There you go. Can we stop having that episode come up? It's gonna in one of the other.
I don't think it will after this series, but who knows?
It needs to stop being relevant. Like, it's such a nothing episode too.
Yes, and racist. So ew. It's supposed to be ambiguous whether or not Grisby, the wax figure creator's house, is haunted, or just has a bunch of illusions in it, including the skeleton that waves at Scooby as he's walking out the door.
Yeah, like I said, that's one of those tropes in Scooby-Doo. Sometimes we're gonna have one of those weird guys that's like, are you magic? Are you not? Unclear!
We don't know.
This is the first time we've mentioned one of the gang's parents, and this time Shaggy mentions his mom?
Okay.
I feel like I missed that.
It was when he was tasting the soup.
Oh, there you go.
The first time Shaggy is directly offered a Scooby snack, which is a build on Decoy for a Dog Napper.
And
He scares no fair, where he would just take it. Why is Shaggy offered Scooby snacks where there's racism involved? We don't need this.
I mean, yeah, I guess that is the iconic first time that he does it. So, but this is now the first time that we've like fully accepted Shaggy's going to eat them. We will offer them to Shaggy as well.
Yeah.
This Wait, why is this saying that this episode is the example of jump on Velma joke? Because she's carried them before.
This has happened many times throughout the series.
Yeah, she's carried them
So far.
several times already. But like, I guess this time they like jumped on her back or something instead of her like.
They did. Shaggy and Scooby jumped on her back.
I guess this is just non-consensual, but like this is apparently a running gag in Be Cool Scooby-Doo, especially.
I have not seen that, so we'll see.
I have not either. I believe that's the Family Guy one. Yeah, that's the one with the weird like Family Guy art that just like it deters me, but I've heard it's good for some reason. So
yeah, the art style is weird to me.
yeah, the art style of shows, it really does affect my watchability of it.
Yeah.
Although I have been able to watch old Scooby-Doo. So like
Well, I mean, for a while I couldn't watch Star Wars Rebels because I didn't like the art style, but eventually it was
that's
like,
valid.
okay. Eventually it was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to throw my assumptions about the show out the window, and I actually really enjoy it. Like a lot.
Yeah. Like art style and animation like have a play on that. You seen like the
Yeah.
Dragon Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first season of that especially is like very like
It's
glitchy
very
in its
yeah,
motion.
yeah, it's a little janky.
It's because they were
But they
kind of
do
playing
have
around with things a little bit.
Jack DeSena as Callum, which is always a win in my book.
Mm-hmm. I love it. This miscellaneous is not even fully filled out. I'm skipping it. So our cultural references is Black Widow, not the iconic Marvel hero, but in fact a villain from Hanna-Barbera's Space Ghost, has a cameo as an animatronic figure who passes Scooby the fruit bowl. That's who that is.
That is who that is.
Apparently.
How? Why? Why is she here?
It's a very good question. I mean, if you're saying that that's like an iconic character, so like that's why she's in your wax museum, I guess. And
Sure,
Hanna
but
Barbera is
why
just
is
like,
she alive?
yeah, no idea, no fucking clue.
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
that's really the end of that.
That is.
Um,
Then it's just animation errors. Wow. Okay, so Ethan,
yes.
whose side are we on?
I don't know. Probably not the TV station manager who embezzled hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So,
No thanks.
gang by default, I guess.
The gang by default. Like I don't even really have an. I could make an argument for like eat the rich, haha. He's whatever stealing from this place that's like has a lot of money or something, but I have no energy for that because
He's
I
a
don't
TV
really like
station
him.
manager. I'm sure he makes quite a bit of money.
Exactly. He's like also the boss. Like I don't really care.
Right.
I have no thoughts and feelings about this man.
Yep.
He tried to murder Shaggy and Scooby, except they were fine when they got turned to wax. So I guess it's fine.
Yep. That's something.
All right, was this a good mystery?
I'd say it's one of the better mysteries that we get out of the original Where Are You, but
Surprisingly not our worst. We had
no.
3 suspects.
Yep.
3 named talking characters. One of which was a super red herring.
And if I was a kid watching this, I could see why they, they say, hey, yeah, that was a good job of, trying to convince people that this is a villain.
I want to be like, it's somewhere in the middle because of the fact that I'm like, again, I'm like, I forgot the reason why he needed to even be the wax fan. Because he's not scaring anybody away. He's just putting the blame on somebody else. I feel like there's an easier way to do that than doing this weird shit.
Right.
So, it was alright. This is an episode. It sure it is.
It was
But
indeed.
hey, Ethan, we're not fully done here. We're not fully done here today.
No, we're
because
not.
We're going to be coming back next week to wrap up this series that we just covered.
Yep. We are presenting the Scooby Snack Awards to the episodes of Scooby-Doo of this series that we liked, and I think I think we're going to be doing that for every series we have going forward.
I think that'd be
See
great.
like
Is just like
what stands out in good and bad ways. Um,
we're gonna come up with some fun little awards to give out. I think it'll be great.
for sure.
All right. Well, but that is all for today. We shall see you again soon, gang. We gotta split up and look for clues for our next mystery. Bye.
Boy.
You can follow this podcast socials at Mysteries in the Machine Pod on Instagram. You can send a message to our email, mysteriesinthemachinepod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Ethan, on Instagram and Threads at ethan.t.hewlin. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram.
You're welcome.
What if that was our theme song? We just did an a cappella version of Scooby Doo.
No, I think the one that Jason made is so much better than that.
No. Yes, it's definitely better than anything we would have come up with. But like, can you imagine?
I think we would still get copyrighted somehow.
Oh, probably. I mean, my singing voice isn't that good, but they'll find a way. They always do.
Also, this is a terrible opening. I'm so sorry. We're closing out the season, the show of Where Are You with like this.
I know. This is
What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know. This is a silly, goofy energy that we have here, which I'm fine with. But
so silly, goofy.
Okay, not really a lot to go off of here.
Literally nothing. Literally nothing.
Like, all we see is the building with the TV station KLMN, and that's it.
I don't know. TV stations, scary places to be at night. I guess. Okay, I don't know.
I think I might have something.
Go off.
I'll give it my best shot.